All right, today we're going to completely rethink how we look at artificial intelligence. We're going to move past the idea of a simple chatbot and build a much more powerful mental model. So let's dive in. So when I say AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most people, yeah, it's a chatbot. But that's kind of like looking at a single wrench and completely missing the entire massive toolbox it came from. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. The real power of AI isn't in one single do-it-all app. It's in a whole collection of super specialized tools. It really is a toolkit where every single instrument is built to do one job and do it incredibly well. Okay, so let's open up the toolkit and start with our first set of tools, the automation engines. I love these because they're all about getting rid of those boring, repetitive tasks so you can actually get back to doing the work that matters. So, what even is an automation AI? Well, think of it like a digital plumber. It connects all your different apps and makes sure they work together seamlessly, no leaks. A perfect example of this is a tool called Zapier. The real beauty here is just how simple this whole process is. So, picture a feedback form on your website, right? The second a customer hits submit, that's the trigger. Instantly, Zapier wakes up and performs whatever action you told it to do, like sending a personalized, "Hey, thanks for the feedback" email, and you didn't have to lift a finger. And listen, this goes way beyond just forms and emails. The real magic is that it can connect thousands of the apps you already use every single day. Gmail, Slack, Excel, Notion. Seriously, you name it. It just builds these amazing, seamless workflows between all of them. But automation isn't just for, administrative tasks. It's also totally revolutionizing creative work. Let's take a look at another tool, Descript, which is a total game changer for anyone who works with audio or video. For what feels like forever, video editing meant just staring at these complicated timelines, right? Well, with Descript, you edit your video just like it's a Word document. If you see a long pause in the transcript, you just delete the dots. Find an or an ah, just backspace, and it's gone from the video. And get this, if you say the wrong thing, you don't even have to re-record. The overdub feature can generate the correction in your own voice. It's wild. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. We're moving from automating tasks that already exist to creating something brand new, from scratch. This next set of tools in our kit, they act like your creative partner, perfect for when you're stuck and need to break through a creative block. Now, just look at this prompt. Believe it or not, this is all you need to give a tool like Udio to get a fully produced song. It's an AI that literally turns your descriptions into music, and the more detail you give it, the better it gets. But here's the cool part. You're not just handing over control. You're the co-creator here. You can write your own lyrics, you can tell it, "I want a verse here, then a chorus," and you can customize the whole style and feel. It gives you this incredible level of creative freedom. This creative superpower isn't just for music, though. AI can generate pretty much any sound you can possibly imagine, from voices all the way to sound effects. A fantastic example of this is the tool 11 Labs. There's a good chance you've already heard 11 Labs work, whether it's on social media or in a commercial. It's famous for these unbelievably realistic AI voices, but it's really a full audio toolkit. You can generate sound effects just from text, you can change voices, and you can even dub your audio into completely different languages. Okay, so we've automated our workflows, we've sparked our creativity. For this last section, let's look at the tools that act as a knowledge assistant. These are the ones that help us find, understand, and even analyze really complex information. This is a problem that every single student and researcher knows all too well. You need solid, credible sources, but a normal web search just throws a whole sea of ads and blogs at you. This is exactly where a specialized tool like Perplexity AI shines. So, what makes Perplexity so different from a regular search engine? Well, first, you can actually tell it where to look. You can focus it just on academic journals, for example. And instead of that messy list of links, it gives you a direct answer with clear citations pointing to the original papers. It's basically designed for verifiable, serious research from the ground up. Finding the information is one thing, but actually using it, that's a whole other ballgame. I mean, what if you needed someone to literally walk you through a complicated task, step by step, right there on your own screen? Well, that's exactly what Google's AI Studio does. Just imagine you're stuck in Excel and you can't for the life of you remember how to make a pivot table. You just share your screen, ask your question, and the AI watches what you're doing in real time, giving you verbal instructions to guide you through every single click. It's like having an expert tutor sitting right next to you. So, AI can guide us through tasks, But it can also become a seriously powerful analyst for our own complex work. And for that, we're going to turn to a familiar name, ChatGPT, but we're going to look way beyond the chat window to its really powerful analytical features. This is where ChatGPT proves it's so much more than a chatbot. Its reasoning model can work through complex logic problems. You can upload entire documents into what's called a project to give it deep context for its analysis. And its multimodal support means you can upload an image of a chart and it'll analyze the data right from the picture. It's a true analytical powerhouse. So there we have it. We've looked at automation engines, creative partners, and knowledge assistants. Now let's bring it all back together and see what our fully stocked AI toolkit actually looks like. So let's recap. Our toolkit is now filled with these specialized instruments, right? We've got automation tools like Zapier and Descript, we've got creative partners like Udio and 11 Labs, and we have knowledge assistants like Perplexity and ChatGTP. And each one has a very specific, very powerful purpose. And honestly, that is the single most important takeaway here. Instead of just thinking about using AI, I want you to start thinking, okay, which specialized tool in my AI toolkit is the absolute perfect fit for the job I need to do right now? So I'll leave you with a final thought. We've looked at all of these amazing tools individually, but what happens when they start working together? What happens when an automation engine can trigger a creative partner, which then hands its creation over to a knowledge assistant for analysis? That right there, that integration, is the next frontier. Thanks for tuning in.